feel better now. Today's topic is a little controversial, if you will, just because of the way the internet and people just are in general. I've had a pretty frequent request of people asking me what I think about engine swaps. People nowadays get so upset because somebody does something that they don't like, or somebody says something about their car that they don't want to hear. It's like, you know, if people would just understand that everyone has their own different opinion and not agree with them and be well versed in their own opinion, but I don't know, people just aren't well versed in their own opinions. And anyways, I'm not trying to sit here and talk about that. So what do I think about engine swaps? Well, like I said, it very much depends on the application. So what is the application? Well, it could be for road racing, could be for street racing, could be for drifting, could be for self pleasure. Like, you could just want to swap something into there. I'm going to give you guys a couple of examples. For one, my good friend David Patterson, you guys probably know who he is. He's that dude in blue on YouTube. He has a 240SX that he is swapping a 2JZ GTE into, and people get so upset with him because he's putting a Toyota motor into a Nissan car. And people just get so mad because that's not the right thing to do. The 2JZ is so much better than the RB26 in so many different ways. You know, in terms of characteristics, the RB26 would be the better swap for the 240SX, but in the same sense, like, it's a smarter decision to go with a more reliable motor. But you know, again, like I said, everybody just gets mad if they don't see something that they want, and honestly, people just want to complain. So people will complain all day long just because they want to complain, and just pay no attention to it because it's useless. Another thing is, like, my friend, I've got a friend who is doing a K24, a Frankenstein build, built K24 with K20 heads on it, and it's going into his S2000, and he's making it a track car. And people just get so mad that he's doing a K24 swap instead of building the stock F series, which people just don't understand. But you know, that K series swap that he built revs to 10,000 RPMs. It's fully built, runs on E85, and he did that for so much less money than he would have ever had to spend building the F series. So again, it has to do with application. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that your opinion doesn't matter. Obviously, everyone is allowed to have their opinion, but you know, if you have your opinion, you should at least be well versed with it. You should have a reason for doing something. It's the same reason, like going back to the reasoning for functionality or whatever. So for motor swaps, for functional purposes, like, that's like swapping the S54 motor instead of the S52 into the E36 M3. It's little things like that it's like there are obviously, you know, people have different reasons and different motives for doing different things, and different motors have completely different functions. There's a reason Formula spec drift cars use LS motors or V8 motors, even though some of them, yes, they do use turbo inline 6s, V6s, all that kind of stuff. Like, you could still obviously build other motors and do whatever the hell you want, but there's a reason why certain motors are used in certain applications. It just works. Do you honestly think that the Monster Energy drift team gives a crap what you have to say about their car and how they built it? No, because they built it for a reason and they have a purpose for it, and it exists for a purpose, and it was made for how it is. So I'm trying to not be shallow here in the way I describe this, but you know, it's just kind of funny to me that people have such a big argument. It's not only engine swaps. I mean, it's over everything. It's over wheels, it's over builds. Like, people give me crap all the time because my built, like, I have a built short block in my car, but I only make 300 horsepower. People give me such a hard time for that, but I honestly, I could care less. You guys can't see me. I hate this sun. I think it's more entertaining than anything because I've been on the internet long enough to where I could, you know, I take people's advice, and I always am open-minded in the way that people approach me. And you know, if people have something to say that's important to me or applicable to me, I'll listen to you. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to take what you say to heart. That doesn't mean that I'm going to get upset just because you have a different opinion about stuff. So I think it's funny just to, like, I don't think it's funny to watch people argue, but I think it's interesting, more or less, to see people get so upset over something as simple as a motor swap or just something along those lines. So that is what I think about motor swaps, and that's what I think about a lot of things regarding car culture, or even just more things than just cars. Like, that's how I think about things with life. Like, people are always going to disagree, and you're always going to do different things for different reasons. don't try to make people happy. Like, people do engine swaps just to make people happy. Now, there's people that do LS swaps into R34 GTRs. You know, do you, boo-boo, but I think that's the stupidest thing, in my opinion. And again, that's my opinion. So, you know, I'm allowed to have that. You are never going to make everybody happy, and that is the end of the line. You guys just have to realize that everyone's going to have different things to say. You know, not everybody's going to agree with me, and I'm okay with that. But I hope that did answer your question. Speaking of E36, that's a good looking one. Dude, this person is not in any rush to move at all. It's okay, you got a dealer plate, so you can just do whatever you want, right? Oh, gosh. So that's my opinion on motor swaps, and you can actually see me now. So I gotta park way out here in no man's land, back in so I don't get them door dings. If you guys do have any more recommendations or anything like that, you can always follow me on social media and tag me, anything like that. And by the way, I've almost hit 2,000 likes on the last video, so I'm going to start using Snapchat on the daily. So I am at EvanShanks on Snapchat, and I am EvanShanks on every one of my social medias. So if you don't follow me on there, do that, and you guys can feel free to ask me some questions. And I am super bright and pale. I look like someone from Twilight right now. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any more suggestions, just let me know. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next video. Peace out.